Right now at 5, Mayo Clinic Health System and La Crosse firefighters are teaming up. The new program seeking to improve strength and reducing injuries on the job.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Amy is on assignment. Being a firefighter requires enough physical strength to save lives during an emergency. Mayo Clinic Health System is now launching a program to help La Crosse firefighters increase their strength and well-being. News 8 Now's Rob Romano spoke to officials about this new collaboration. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Ken. The program just started today, and it seeks to help firefighters improve their mobility, speed, and endurance. Mayo Clinic Health System athletic trainers and a physician are going to conduct a number of fitness tests with La Crosse firefighters and then measure the results of those tests periodically every 4 or 5 weeks.
To look at them as this tactical athletes and what their job demands are. And so what we're hoping to implement with them is a training program kind of based on that to help improve their performance, training them more like the traditional athlete to help them adapt to be really fit to do the particulars of their job.
And part of the program is also aimed at reducing each firefighter's injury risk. La Crosse Fire Chief Jeff Schott says he expects a sizable number of firefighters to participate in the program on a monthly or quarterly basis, but he didn't say exactly how many firefighters would be involved just yet. Now, earlier, some firefighters participated in an obstacle course where a Mayo Clinic athletic trainer measured each firefighter's heart rate to determine their level of fitness while responding to an emergency. Ken, back to you. A very multifaceted program here for sure.
Absolutely, and we'll hear more from you tonight at 6. Now, the La Crosse Fire Chief says that Mayo Clinic Health System is going to use the information gathered from the program as part of a study. According to FEMA, in the year 2017, 42% of firefighter injuries happened while responding to flames. Let's switch it up and send it over to meteorologist Eric Dean for a quick look at your forecast.
Tell you what, Ken, we went from swimming weather to sweater weather in a span of 24 hours. Take a look at the temperatures outside. Right now, we're in the 60s, some places in the 70s. We're at 70 in La Crosse. Otherwise, 60s from Eau Claire to Black River Falls, Sparta's at 68, 63 in Viroqua, 64 in Decorah, 67 is the current temperature in Prairie du Chien. Now let's take a look here at your evening planner. If you have plans, make sure you take a sweater with you or a light jacket because we'll see temperatures going into the upper 50s by the 9 o'clock hour. By the time you join us tonight at 10, we'll see temperatures in the upper 50s. Look at that wind. It'll be out of the north-northwest at around 10 to 12 miles per hour. By the 11 o'clock hour, we'll see temperatures staying in the upper 50s as well. Clouds and radar right now showing nothing across the Coulee region. We have a clean sweep across the area. This is going to get a break for tomorrow as well, but we have rain chances in the forecast as we go into the weekend. Some places may not see a drop. Some places may see a substantial amount. Now the question is, how long will the temperatures stay below normal? Ken, I will have that answer coming up in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. Well, absentee ballots are on their way to voters. Those voting absentee will have a few rules to follow this election season. Ballots have to be returned by mail or in person. You're not allowed to return a ballot for someone else unless you're helping a disabled voter who can't do it themselves. Make sure you fill out all the information on the envelope and sign the certificate. Ballots must be returned on or before Election Day. Governor Tony Evers wants you to be able to decide the future of abortion access in Wisconsin. This morning, Evers pushed the legislature to allow voters to make decisions on any issue via ballot referendum. Wisconsin doesn't allow that for now, even though half the states in the country do. This move will take a lot of effort before it comes to fruition, though. Evers says this step is worth the extra effort as the change is necessary to take on abortion bans specifically. Evers said if Republican legislatures aren't going to uphold the will of the people, then the people of the state should have the right to take a stand at the ballot box. Now, if the legislature approves it, this is how it would work. Wisconsinites could submit possible laws or constitutional amendments as referenda to the state's elections commission. And then with enough signatures, those proposals would then be on the ballot. If the legislature decides to take up Evers' proposal, it would have to approve it twice in 2 different 2-year cycles before it would come to a vote. However, they may not approve it, as some Assembly and Senate leaders think the move is a, quote, political stunt. The midterm election is just weeks away, and at the La Crosse Chamber Forum meeting, Assembly candidates from District 96 are speaking on the #1 issue they aim to solve if elected in November. Incumbent and Republican Lauren Oldenburg says inflation is his highest concern. His Democratic opponent and nurse Jane Swigum thinks the state should focus on solving health care concerns.
So we got to get a control on the inflation, and there's a number of ways we can do that, possibly through a tax cut.
We need to do something to make sure that every person has access, not to just emergency care, but to normal, everyday clinic care.
The pair are running in the general election. The votes will be counted November 8th. To check for the other politicians on your ballot, we'll have more information at news8000.com. Holman residents have a chance to learn more about a public safety referendum on their November 8th ballot. The village is asking for a tax increase to help hire more police officers, firefighters, and EMTs. The $1,295,000 increase would increase taxes by $1.38 per $1,000, which is roughly $276 for a $200,000 home. Tomorrow's public meeting starts at 6:30 at the Holman Library. The newest Marquette Law School poll finds more people are not pleased with the U.S. Supreme Court's job. The national survey says 60% of adults currently disapprove of the job that the court is doing, a number that's remained fairly consistent since June when the court voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Secretary for Wisconsin's Department of Children and Families is announcing the next set of Partner Up grant winners. Secretary Emily Amundsen held a press conference today to announce the businesses and child care providers who will get state funding based on the child care needs of their communities. The organizations that are awarded grant money can use it for things like increasing staff compensation, paying expenses, and improving the quality of a child care program. Amundsen says organizations that invest in better child care efforts have a substantially positive effect on their community.
Employers are able to offer the attractive benefits of childcare to remain competitive in a tight labor market. Parents are able to access quality care and keep more money in their pockets for other expenses.
The Partner Up program has given 88 grants to organizations all over the state, 21 of which are going to programs in western Wisconsin. Coming up after the break, filing suit. New York's Attorney General aims to stop former President Trump from running another business in the state.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block? Call American Waterworks. Leaning or bowing basement walls? Call American Waterworks. Sticking windows or doors? Call American Waterworks. Settling or sinking foundation? That's right. Call American Waterworks. It's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks. Call American Waterworks today.
Ron Johnson's at it again, lying about my taxes. Let's be clear, my taxes are paid in full, but there were times I was getting by on peanut butter sandwiches. And that's why I support a tax cut for the middle class. Put more money in your pockets, because I know how hard you work. But Johnson used his Senate seat to write a loophole and gave huge tax cuts to himself and his biggest donors, leaving us with crumbs. And that's how we get left behind. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
In every department at Dull Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dull Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dull Auto, simple.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
New York's Attorney General has filed a new civil lawsuit aiming to stop former President Donald Trump and his 3 children who worked for the Trump Organization from ever running another business in the state. As Skylar Henry reports, the former president says this suit is just another political attack.
New York Attorney General Letitia James filed a lawsuit claiming former President Donald Trump and 3 of his children committed fraud.
The statements of financial condition were greatly exaggerated, grossly inflated, objectively false, and therefore fraudulent.
The lawsuit accuses the Trump Organization of providing false financial statements to lenders and insurers in order to get better financial terms, such as lower interest rates and lower premiums. James, a Democrat, alleges Trump and his family business violated several state criminal laws and plausibly broke federal criminal laws as well.
There is a parallel criminal investigation being conducted by the District Attorney of Manhattan, and we are cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney, and any information that he is requesting, we will submit it to his office.
Lawyers for former President Trump called the lawsuit meritless and an unchecked abuse of authority. They also say it's politics as usual. In a statement, Trump's attorney said today's filing is neither focused on the facts nor the law. Rather, it is solely focused on advancing the Attorney General's political agenda.
It's hard for me not to conclude it's a political hit job. And this is a woman who campaigned for office saying that, promising she was going to go after Trump.
The former president had a more personal response for Attorney General James, saying she's a failed AG whose lack of talent in the fight against crime is causing record numbers of people and companies to flee New York. Bye-bye. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Trump is likely to run again for the White House in 2024. Now, schools across the country are facing a wave of disruptions from false reports of school shootings and threats. Some know the false reports as swatting because they are meant to bring in SWAT teams or other heavily armed police units. Schools across the country have dealt with similar threats, including schools in our area, with both Logan and Holman High School experiencing these threats in the last week. Violence in schools is becoming a national crisis, worrying students and their families. Police officials are urging the public to come forward with any information. The August inflation report is motivating the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates once again. The central bank has hiked rates a total of 5 times this year, and the latest 3/4 of a point rise comes as prices for essentials keep escalating. Electricity bills are up almost 16% from a year ago. Housing is 6% higher, and grocery prices have soared more than 13%. These rate hikes will also make it more expensive to borrow money. Right now, the average credit card interest rate is over 18%. That's an all-time high. And while the goal here is to reduce spending and get prices back on track, some economists say a slowdown like this could lead to other negative consequences.
If policy starts to work, the economy will slow down by enough, hopefully by not too much, to create a recession.
Economists expect the Fed to raise rates 2 more times this year, the next potentially coming in November. Still to come tonight at 5, part of La Crosse's downtown awaits a major transformation, and project managers are inviting the community to get a sneak peek. Plus, fighting food insecurity. A local health system is donating thousands of dollars to help a food pantry's mission.
And in the world of weather, much cooler today as compared to yesterday, and we're going to stay below normal for quite some time. We'll break out the details on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Take your wand.
That's not a wand, it's a stick.
It will be a wand once you learn your magic. American Home, Fireplace and Patio here. Who doesn't eat every day? Why not let us make your meals all special? Great gas, perfect pellet, and charming charcoal Komodos are in stock waiting for you.
Where's your wand?
Right here. It used to be a stick.
What happened?
It grew.
The power to change your future is now. The SUVs are here. Be one of the first to drive a new Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Edge. Custom order your SUV today. Lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus 500 retail order bonus cash on a new 2023 Ford Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Edge.
Menards is a one-stop shop for everything you need. Plus, get 11% off. When it comes to cleaning, Zep has you covered. From kitchens to bathrooms, Zep Cleaning Solutions tackle the toughest messes. Get 11% off all Zep cleaning supplies. Stock up on your favorite Procter & Gamble products. They deliver quality products from brands that you can trust, like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Get 11% off all Procter & Gamble products now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Under Governor Evers, hardworking Wisconsin families are being left behind. We're paying more for food, gas, everything. And Tony Evers tried to make us pay even more, a 20% gas tax increase, doubling the tax on home heating bills. And while Evers puts the squeeze on us, he wanted to give taxpayer-funded benefits to people who refuse to work. He even opposes drug testing welfare recipients. Tony Evers is leaving hard-working Wisconsin families behind.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality Smith Brothers sofa sectionals and chairs than right now during the annual Smith Brothers sale at Drury's in Fountain. You'll save on the latest sofa styles, stunning casual sectionals, and cozy chairs and recliners, even luxurious leather designs. Smith Brothers, made in America by skilled craftsmen dedicated to putting quality first. Plus, there's even special 24-month financing on all Smith Brothers furniture. Smith Brothers furniture at the best prices of the year, now at Drury's in Fountain.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
The largest annual regional job fair happens tomorrow at Onalaska's Omni Center. The Coulee Region Job Fair has more than 65 regional employers, with some doing on-site interviews and hiring. Now this year, there will be a job seeker resource area to help people with resumes, veteran and youth services, and career services. The fair starts at 2 in the afternoon. There is also a free shuttle to take people from the Main Street Library in La Crosse to the Omni Center. Suicide prevention is the focus of a presentation at Viterbo University tomorrow evening. It's part of an Ethics and Leadership Fall Lecture Series, and the La Crosse Area Suicide Prevention Initiative features speaker clinical psychologist Sally Spencer-Thomas will talk about how everyone plays a role in suicide prevention. That presentation begins at 7 p.m. It'll also be streamed on Viterbo Ethics Facebook page. Gunderson Health System is joining the effort to feed the hungry. The health system has donated $50,000 to the Wafer Food Pantry to help fund the transformation of Wafer's new location. Wafer's taking over the former Gordy's Market building on La Crosse's north side, and the pantry's executive director says a donation like this will help them serve even more people.
You know, Gunderson Health System has been supportive of Wafer for so long, and so it's not really a surprise that they decided to come alongside us in this project, but we're very thrilled that they find value in the project.
The new facility will include more storage for both food and vehicles, loading docks, and a drive-up canopy. Last year, Wafer served 30,000 people. This building project is expected to be finished in the spring. Western Technical College is hosting a pop-up community resource fair at its Tomah campus. The event will have clothing collected by the Suits for Success event. The pop-up will also have hygiene to-go bags, community resource referrals, healthcare help, and some raffle prizes. The event is free and open to the public. All right, let's switch gears. Send it over to meteorologist Eric Dean for a look at our forecast. Good evening, Eric.
All right, good evening, Ken. Good evening, everybody. Hey, I tell you what, substantially cooler today as compared to yesterday. The allergies, the ragweed and weed both on the low end for tomorrow going into Friday. The mold is going to stay on the high end for the next couple of days. Weeds are about done shedding pollen, but outdoor activities like raking leaves will stir up some allergens. This is according to Allergy Associates. Highs today, where's my map? Highs today, I guess we're out in space. They were in the 60s and 70s today. Let's see if I can show current conditions. I cannot. Current conditions right now, they are in the 60s and 70s as we speak. We're sitting at 70 degrees in La Crosse, but everywhere you go, no matter which direction, we're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And the 24-hour, where are my maps? 24-hour temperature change. You can see some names, but you can't see any base maps. 24-hour temperature change. We are substantially cooler than yesterday. Some places between 9 to 24 degrees cooler. And I tell you what, not only is that trend going to continue for tomorrow, but it's going to continue for the next several days. And my computer just froze up. So I'll tell you what, Ken, if we can go ahead and toss it back or toss to break, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this thing restarted and see if I can give a forecast.
For sure, Eric.
Yeah.
And also coming up after we get that back on track, a cultural celebration will be returning after years of cancellations. Hmong New Year is back, and local middle schoolers are getting a taste of the fun. Stick with us.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by The Board Store. Ever wonder what a bath remodel would do for your soul? Rejoice! The Board Store can help you find that joy with a new tub or shower or a complete bath remodel. Call or visit today.
At a company, the culture comes from the top. Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times over sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. Women who worked for Michaels' company said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Higher-ups at Michaels dismissed the women as liars and even fired those who spoke out. Is that what we need for Wisconsin? Tim Michaels, too radical, too divisive.
Lane's Farm and Fleet is celebrating 67 years. Since 1955, we've offered our neighbors quality products at fair and honest prices. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever, so we're offering incredible anniversary savings throughout the store. Like 50-pound bags of Diamond Crystal Solar Salt, 2 for $10. Lane's conventional motor oil, just $2.79 a quart. And get a free $15 gift card when you buy select bags of Hill Science Diet Dog or Cat Food.
Find value at Lane's Farm and Fleet.
Your adventure starts here at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. We've got something for everyone. Explore hundreds of miles of off-road fun. Cap off the night with the crew by spinning up even more excitement. Or slow it down and relax. Just the two of you. Your adventure awaits, outdoors, indoors. Call or visit Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls today. Experience the difference. Trail Riders Package available.
Start earning more for your money. At Riverbank, we make it easy with our rewards checking. With a $50 minimum deposit, you can start earning a super rate of interest on your checking deposits. If you like the convenience of a debit card and direct deposit, Riverbank's rewards checking is for you. There's no minimum balance or monthly service fees. Stop into one of our many locations across the Cooley region or visit us online to learn more. Riverbank, local banking made simple and rewarding. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our Hocus Pocus 2 exclusive. Then only we're in Disneyland with the cast of Home Economics. Next, ET.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Our community, your station.
An exciting project to revitalize downtown La Crosse is in the works. Contractors are working to design a walkway on La Crosse's Pearl Street to make the community more walkable for both tourists and locals, and to appreciate the beauty of the Mississippi River.
It's really about connecting to the entire Driftless area to showcase our community, not our region, to draw people's interest to the La Crosse area.
Now the contractors want to hear your thoughts on the project. They are holding a meeting tonight at City Hall, starts at 5:30. You can also attend virtually. We have the link up at news8000.com. It's almost time for an annual celebration of culture, and Lincoln Middle School students are celebrating with an all-school assembly. Students performed traditional dances and gave presentations about why the celebration is important to Hmong culture. Anyone is encouraged to come, especially if it's your first time.
We want people to come and bring their families and friends and join the festivities over there with the Hmong people.
That's Hmong New Year, of course. Along with traditional clothing and dances, the celebration will also include authentic Hmong food. Hmong New Year begins Saturday at Veterans Memorial Park in West Salem. And we are out of space. The graphics have brought us back to planet Earth. So let's go to Eric Dean with a look at your forecast.
I had to go take the old 2x4 to the box, but we got it up, by goodness. Take a look here outside. We're in the 60s and 70s across the area. We are substantially cooler today as compared to yesterday. 18 degrees cooler in La Crosse, 20 degrees cooler in Winona, 22 degrees cooler in Preston, 22 degrees cooler in Rochester. So we take a look at the first alert forecast for the evening and overnight hours. Mostly clear skies, very fall-like. Overnight lows will be in the mid to upper 40s. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Thursday, 64 degrees with mostly sunny skies, even cooler with winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So the fall actually starts tomorrow. We're going to see rain chances as we go into the weekend, and below normal temperatures remain in the forecast, not just for tomorrow, but for the next 8 days. Our average high is 74 degrees, and look at this, we stay in the 60s starting tomorrow going into Wednesday. And take a look at the temperature tracker. By 11 o'clock, we see temperatures staying in the 50s. We see that sharp northerly wind for your Thursday morning. Temperatures will be in the 40s when you wake up in the morning. By the noon hour, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 50s. Some places will barely hit the 60-degree threshold. And then by Thursday night going into Friday, we do it all over again. Some places will see temperatures, especially towards Black River Falls, right around 36 degrees. Nothing on the radar scan right now. Here's Sky Tracker. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover as we go into your evening and overnight hours. Thunderstorms will pick up as we go into your Friday morning and afternoon hours, and that trend continues as we go into your Saturday and Sunday. The next 8 days has temperatures going into the 60s for Sunday. And Ken, look at this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, temperatures staying in the 60s. It's amazing what a 2x4 can do, Ken.
Oh, good thing we got that back online. Yes, thanks, Eric. We'll have a look at what's coming up at 6 when we come back, and we'll bring Eric back out to see if the graphics will work a second time.
Under Governor Evers, hard-working Wisconsin families are being left behind. We're paying more for food, gas, everything. And Tony Evers tried to make us pay even more, a 20% gas tax increase, doubling the tax on home heating bills. And while Evers puts the squeeze on us, he wanted to give taxpayer-funded benefits to people who refuse to work. He even opposes drug testing welfare recipients. Tony Evers is leaving hard-working Wisconsin families behind.
Goodwill starts with you when you shop the original Halloween headquarters. This season, as you get ready to open your door to mummies, princesses, and never-before-seen characters, shop Goodwill for great deals on one-of-a-kind Halloween costumes, decor, and more. Perfect for any ghoulish gathering. It's your purchases that also open doors to job training and opportunities, all while keeping items out of the landfill, making you a superhero to neighbors in our community. Goodwill starts with you.
We asked our customers what they love about Blaine's Farm and Fleet's auto service.
I'm getting all of my maintenance done here. I just had tires and brake job done last year. I'm getting an oil change today. I trust them with my car.
I had a battery put in here. They did a great job.
With Fleet in our name, you know we're auto experts. Schedule an appointment in-store or online and experience what others have since 1955. Tires and batteries, trust and care.
Another storm, a little more rain, and another sleepless night, wondering if the basement will flood again. Call American Waterworks.
Don't spend another stormy night worrying about a wet basement. Call American Waterworks.
Derek Van Orden, former U.S. Navy SEAL. Over 20 years of active duty, defending America in hostile territory. 5 combat tours, hundreds of missions, sea, air, and land. Now, he's on the most important no-fail mission of his life.
Saving America for my grandchildren and yours.
Grandpa, we're just going to the park.
Yes, we are. You guys ready? Yeah. Derek Van Orden and I approve this mission and this message.
Professor Penny, I need to take a 4-cheese quesadilla back to my lab.
I got you, girl.
It is mathematically impossible to fit 4 cheeses inside. Better get 2 for research purposes.
The new 4-cheese quesadilla at Taco John's.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. A major escalation in the war on Ukraine. Fears of nuclear war grow as Vladimir Putin mobilizes 300,000 new troops. Plus, former President Donald Trump and his children are accused of defrauding the state of New York in a $250 million lawsuit. The late-breaking details. And fighting inflation. Why discount grocery stores are being hit the hardest. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
And coming up on News 8 now at 6, a recent Marquette Law poll says 56% of voters are very concerned about votes being accurately counted. We meet with local experts who explain why your elections are safe. That story and more at 6.
And one final look at the 8th day. We have temperatures in the 60s for the next 8. Some places Friday won't even see that. Some places will see temperatures in the upper 50s. We stay in the 60s with rain chances not out of the question this weekend. Then another front pushes its way through, dropping the temperatures again Monday going into Tuesday, with temperatures staying right around 62 degrees with sunny skies.
I'm all here for fall season.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Eric, and thanks for rolling with us, rolling with the punches tonight at 5. We hope you'll join us again at 6.